Hi gamers, welcome back. In this video, I am going to create a DPS tier list for the Pirates faction. I will briefly outline some skills and abilities for the Pirates. For more detailed reviews for each individual heroes, video links in the description. In order to make this and future tier lists, DPS especially, I will rate each hero in different categories. For instance, for DPS, usefulness, how useful, how popular this hero is, and would I have him in my go-to lineup. Utility, how does this hero work with fellow teammates? Does this hero provide extra buff or debuff on enemy team? Lastly, as a DPS, I will rate the damage output for this hero. The more damage this hero deals, the more points out of 10 he or she gets. The first pirate I'm going to rate is General Frankie. He is the latest addition to the Pirates faction. What makes him stand out is his finisher execution skills and self-attack buff. Usefulness, out of 5, I rate General Frankie 3, mainly because I like his animation. Utility, I rate General Frankie 3 because he has a finisher, combo, and a bleed. Damage output, as a single target DPS, General Frankie's damage output is limited, so he scores 6 out of 10 for damage output, which brings the total score for General Frankie 12 out of 20. The next hero we are going to talk about is Wano Nami. She's a very interesting AoE DPS. She relies heavily on crit and speed attributes. I rate her 4 out of 5 for her usefulness because she's one of the good AoE for Pirates faction. As for utility, I rate 3 out of 5. She can reduce target's defense by 30% plus and a dot. For damage output, I rate her 7 out of 10. As an AoE, she does a decent damage with her second skill, which brings the total score for Wano Nami 14 out of 20. The next pirate we are going to look at is Wano Zoro. If you play this game for more than a week, you have seen him everywhere because he is that good. 5 out of 5 for usefulness, no doubt about it, and he's definitely should be in your go-to team regardless of faction. 5 out of 5 for utility. Wano Zoro can silence and execute. As for damage output, I rate him 9 out of 10. Wano Zoro alone can wipe out the entire enemy team within 2 turns with combo and execute. So that brings the score for Wano Zoro 19 out of 20. For the next pirate, I used to have very high expectations. Anel, also an AoE, and he has one of the best passive skills in the game. But I rate 3 out of 5 for usefulness. He's somewhat useful, but he may not be in my go-to lineup. As for utility, I rate him 5 out of 5 because his passive skill. As I mentioned, he has one of the best passive skills in the game. He can disable enemy crit and prevent them from using passive skills. But as a DPS, his damage output is horrible that I have to rate it 4 out of 10. So Anel scores 12 out of 20. The final pirate DPS we are going to look at is Usta's Kid. He's a very decent DPS and he has great utility skills. I give him 4 out of 5 for usefulness, 4 out of 5 for utility. He can steal DPS from highest attacker and target and disable enemy support. I rate him 7 out of 10 for damage output. His first attack can eat a big chunk of HP bar of a target. So Kid scores 15 out of 20. So this concludes the DPS tier list for Pirates faction. Oh, someone may ask, what about the rest of the 5-star, 4-star Pirates DPS? They are food, my friend.